Okay, so as the last thing, let's quickly talk about once you compute the texture color, regardless of the color coming from an image texture or from a procedural noise texture, what to do with it. Now, we have briefly mentioned this for Perlin noise. There are many things, right? Once you have the texture color, you can use it as a KD value, diffuse reflectance coefficient, right? You can use it as a KD value. Basically replace the KD with the texture color. But one thing with textures is that, especially image textures, is okay, I can continue. So with the image textures, the value that we read is in the range 0 to 255. Okay, so for image textures, texture color is in range 0 to 255. Okay, because these are 8-bit textures. Now, using such a value for KD is physically not realistic. So we usually normalize the texture value. Okay, we normalize it by 255 and then use it as KD value. Okay. Now another possibility is to replace the full color, okay, with the texture color, So this means that you are not using it as a KD value. You are basically not doing any shading. If your texture is supposed to replace like a decal, okay, like a sticker basically, completely replacing the existing shading, there's one option, okay? It will not look physically realistic, but can be good for debugging purposes or for maybe for some type of objects, it can be desirable. Now, another possibility is to blend with KD, okay? So you can get the KD value from the texture, normalize it, and then get the KD value coming from the material, and you can blend them. By what amount? It depends, right? You can blend it by 50% material KD, 50% texture color, or you can use different factors. So regardless of where the texture color comes from, it could be Perlin noise or it could be an image texture, there are many different options. You can use it as a specular value, okay? Specular reflectance value. You can use it as a normal map, okay? So we will focus more on that in the next week, okay? So for now, we are not going to talk about how to use textures as normal maps, but we can, as you can see, once you get the texture color, there are many options. Now, a subset of these options will be available in our XML file, and once you implement your homework, you will be able to compare the differences between different options. So this concludes our lecture on texture mapping. Please watch the videos carefully, and if you have any questions, you can always email me, or we will have an interactive session. You can ask your questions during that session. Okay, I hope you liked the lecture. So thanks for your attention.